I drove through it all today. Rain, sleet, yeah, the wind was blowing against me. Stop for gas, power called the way home. Filled the tank, got myself a coffee for the rest of the ride. Cause I don't want to close my eyes, yes. Getting late here on a Thursday night, but I'm almost home. Almost home. I'm 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 almost home. Almost home. Yeah, yeah. I'm almost home. I'm almost home. I can see over the horizon, yes. I could see my town in the distance, a beautiful sight, the sunset, yeah. I'm almost home, can't wait to get there. Just kick my feet up on the couch and close my eyes, there is home. Can't wait to be almost home. I can't wait, I'm almost home. Top down, almost home. Yeah, the smile on your almost home. Almost home. Home. It's officially Tuesday. It's Mark Pyers. I was walking down the and it's Renaissance Man. For another way. I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show Mark Pyers Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1,261 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. We're gonna get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends, so don't go anywhere. We got some comedy news for you tonight. Gotta catch up. We've been playing songs like crazy, been writing like crazy. We have 5 feature films out. If you haven't seen Johnny and Amber Fairy Tale Nightmare yet, what are you doing? YouTubing it. If you go over to YouTube and just type in Mark Pyers Renaissance Man, maybe you'll find the show. And if you do, you click on it. Actually, if you go to my link in my bio, you can join us right now on YouTube. That would be awesome, because then the green screen makes sense. You're like, this guy's got a green screen? I wonder what's going on in that green screen. Come freaking join us. We're doing it. This is a clean variety show for 1,261 days in a row. We don't swear. We kind of create comedy in the moment without thinking about swearing, which is a good thing. Joanne's wheezing. You guys know it. I'm sorry. I'm here trying to do a monologue. What's that? No, Zabrowski says he's having a tough time getting into the mode. He's got to give us a woohoo in a minute. You guys know what a woohoo is? Of course you do. When you're here and you get a friggin' woohoo, woohoo, you're up there, you know what I mean? And this is what we do here, Renaissance Man style. 1,261 days in a row of positivity, live creation. This is a live creation platform. That's why the new name of the show here on TikTok is Mr. Live Creation, because I've been creating for 1,261 days in a row. 5 feature films, 183 songs on Spotify, and we're about to release our 15th album this week. It's coming up. And I hope you guys will pick up a copy. You can go to Spotify right now and type in Mark Pyers and listen to the first 183 songs. I'm tied with the Beatles right now. What's that? Yeah, Joanne, I'm about to friggin' blow them out of the water. Just a guy in a room here writing songs by request. And none of them are the Beatles, but I'm just saying, I'm tied with them. I'm tied with the Beatles, you know, it's kind of cool. And we're about to just blow them out of the water with album number 15. 13 more songs, but here's the crazy part. I have 27 songs on this friggin' phone I have not had a chance to edit yet, including, Zabrowski, I'm sorry, I have to bring this down, including...
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. If you try, I'll roll over you.
We write songs in the moment. They're stories about us. Guys, we're 13 seconds away. We'll get back to this.
Whoa, there's something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. There's something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. There's something to live for.
Matt Zabrowski, I need a woo-hoo. Talking about a Tuesday night woo-hoo-ish. Do it up, give me a woo-hoo. Right? I'm here. You're there. We got a woo-hoo. Living on top of the friggin' world, right? It's days like this when you get a woohoo and you're ready to go. So, guys, we have a couple of news stories for you. We're going to get into it. But I wanted to just, again, remind you that this is a daily variety show. We're here to just live in the moment and create something away from the negativity. So if you have any topics you want me to write a song about, I'll do that. Give me a follow here on TikTok. And remember, I'll be back tomorrow. I started a couple of new shows. The newest one's called Get to Know America. It's live every single Sunday night at 8 p.m. It's a show about going into a different American town each week, meeting the people, talking about what makes that town amazing, and then digging into the deep, rich history that we don't even talk about anymore. The last place I was in, it was like Revolutionary War. They found 4 soldiers under a cellar. And then I'd go into the next town, and it's like there was a document from when the original founder purchased a slave. And I'm like, but I'm in the North. And I always heard there was no slavery in the North. So the fact that I learned something new while I was there filming this new show called Get to Know America is so awesome. I'm loving the fact that I'm getting an American history lesson as I go city by city, town by town. So I can't wait for the next episode. I did run into a couple of complications today when I went into my hometown. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to my hometown today. I'm gonna knock that out. And when I went in, they were like, you know, you need to like get a permit. I was like, a permit? I'm not a production crew. It's a guy with a freaking phone and a tracking system, and it tracks me wherever I freaking go. It's pretty cool. But it's not a production crew. It's not like I have like lighting and I've got to shut down streets. I freaking set my camera up and I just improvise. And we're creating this show called Get to Know America. It's going to be live only once a week. So I hope you guys will subscribe to it. The link is actually pinned in the bio and we're on the chat here. And we're going to hopefully continue to explore different towns. And at some point, a production company may say, hey, you know what? Venture outside of Connecticut, venture outside of New York, and let's see what Pennsylvania is like, what Virginia is like, what Texas is like. And realistically, this is a family program. We need something where we could all sit around and learn a little, you know, and have a little conversation over dinner, you know. And I think that's important in 2022. We don't have anything like that anymore. In fact, most people eat dinner in different rooms. The kids aren't sitting at the table anymore with their parents and having those conversations like, what was your day like? What was your up? What was your down? That was a fun game. I remember like had friends who had these games with their parents be like, so what was your up? What was your down? Like, what was the best moment of your day? What was the worst moment of your day? You know, did you learn anything today? Like, what did you get out of this day? And I don't feel like people do that anymore. And so programs like Get to Know America are going to do that because you're going to sit down with your family. You're going to watch a different town. You're going to see some people, a couple business owners, some of the town representatives. And then you're going to then have conversations over dinner with your family. Hey, what about that in the episode about that document that they uncovered from 1642? Guys, I didn't even realize there was that much going on back in the 1640s. There was a war here in the town of Fairfield in 1642 with the Indians. And I'm like, holy freaking cow, it's a massacre. I'm like, that's going into the show. And then I fast forward 100 years, and the town of Fairfield is burned to the ground by the British on July 8th, 1777. And I'm there walking around thinking to myself, I live here. I don't even recognize that because I'm here 300 years later. And I'm like, whatever. I don't even think about it. I had never been to the Historical Society in my town until today. And it's only because I'm shooting a show called Get to Know America. My kids have been there a lot. You know, my wife, but me, no. I'm always working, so I've never had a chance to go. But now I find myself completely intrigued by the history of all the places around me. I don't want to know about what's happening tomorrow. I want to know what happened 300 years ago for some reason. It's just because of this show. The craziest thing about it is when we started, it was a real estate show. I came in there just to tell you guys about the market. The first couple, I was like, I'm in Fairfield, the market, there's 142 homes on the market right now. It's like doing like some freaking market report. And all of a sudden I walked across the street and I met this family. This is where it all changed. I walked across the street, I met this family, and then this conversation with the family, I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, this is the show. It's not the market report. It's meeting people. It's talking to them about what is working, what's not working. What reasons did they move to the area? What do they love about it? The Wilton episode, I met with the bishop, I believe it was, maybe not bishop, whatever. She was, I want to say not priest, but they call themselves something different. I can't think of the name right now. And there's two there. And she's from the church is from 1790, guys. 1790, and it's in beautiful shape. And it's so nice to see something that old being kept up like that. And then I went into the Historic Society and I saw these other buildings, 1727, a blacksmith shop, and I saw these documents. And it was just all in all, it led me down this path of where the show needs to go. And it's like everything is exploratory in life. You need to start something in order to figure out where you're going. You can't go anywhere unless you start. You can't figure anything out until you take a few steps. And a lot of them may be in the wrong direction. You may have to turn around a few times, but eventually you find your way. Eventually you're moving in the right direction. And when you do that, you start to create your own path. You're that tractor that's just cutting their own freaking path through the meadow. I don't give a crap what's in my way. I'm just cutting through and making my own path. How did you get over there? There was always like bushes and trees in the way. We freaking cut the trees down. We took the trees down, all the bushes in the process. Now you got more land. You're welcome. That's what creators do. Creators open up the opportunity for more for each and every one of us. And there's so many out there. But I think what's interesting is when you take a creator and you say, hey, I want you to go backwards. I want you to create by exploring the past and figuring out where we're going. I want to play you guys an episode real quick. I want you to see this. You got to head over to YouTube for this, guys. So please click the link in my bio and join us. It's going to go live right now. This is also just so you know what? I got to play you a clip just came on 2 seconds ago. This is a piece from the show. Okay. And I intended to do this. It just premiered on the new channel. So you guys can get this link and you can go over and subscribe. So I'm going to give it to you right now. Hold on. Yeah. We have 61 subscribers right now on Get to Know America. So this show needs to blow up. This is a family program. And the only way it gets bigger is if you guys at least know it's there. So I'm going to keep talking about it during the show. And I'll leave it here in case people come and watch the replay. So at least they know about this. This just premiered, I guess, a minute ago. Maybe let's see if it's even live yet. I'm going to pop it on the screen for you guys. This is the link. And this is just my perspective of why this show exists. Like I pulled this piece and I just dropped it. I'll probably drop it over here as well on the Renaissance Man show tomorrow or the next day. But I'm going to be leading with all Get to Know America content on just that one platform. If you've noticed, I did not drop the Wilton episode here on Renaissance Man. I'm not dropping the episodes here. They're one episode a week on the Get to Know America platform. It's new. There's 61 subs, but I'm not dropping any of it, as far as the full videos anymore on Renaissance Man.
So I guess that's
check this out.
confirming the sale of the slave to David Lambert, which is one of the earliest settlers in Wilton.
Surprised they didn't cancel that. You know? I mean, everything got canceled. That's part of the reason why this show exists. I think history needs to at least be acknowledged, even when things weren't done correctly. That's why we learn from our history so we don't do the same things in the future, you know? And I worry about that. And I think that's why we have to preserve our history and talk about the ugly parts of our history too, so people understand where we went wrong and how we learned from those mistakes.
That's
And then
exactly right.
There were old horse stables dating back to the colonial era that were back there, and we didn't have like a preservation institution in Wilton to protect those buildings, and they ended up getting torn down.
Oh no.
So that was like kind of what inspired like the first people from Wilton Historical to try to like
Preserve.
right, exactly.
Yeah, it's almost like we were talking about with just even canceling anything from the history. Just like one thing was taken away and you have a photo that shows it. And now it's like, look, this is the reason why we exist. Because you've got to preserve all history. You can't get rid of things that you don't like. You let it all there because then you could tell your kids, what we did as a country 200, 300 years ago can't be on us, you know, but we need to learn from our mistakes. And I fear a world, I have young kids where they would say, oh, I didn't know that we did that horrible atrocity to the Indians or to African Americans or whatever it is. We need to understand how cruel people were 300 years ago. And that's how we learn to never do it again. And that's it. And that's truth right there. If you guys don't agree with me, I'm sorry. But the reality to me is that history took place, and to forget about it or pretend it didn't or cancel it is stupid, because then you make the same mistakes. What we do is we actually shine a light on it so then nobody will do it again. And, you know, don't overshine that light, but definitely shine the freaking light, because nobody needs to forget about the things that happened in the past. We need to always remember so we never fall down that slide that look what happened in the last couple of years. If you think back, World War II was 80 years ago. And they had an entire tribunal, and they said, you can't do X, Y, and Z ever again. And they freaking did it over the last few years. You have to have informed consent, all this stuff. It all happened the way it wasn't supposed to happen. Just look the other way. Ukraine and all of these things, we forget very quickly if we cancel. We forget very quickly if we hide the past. So no, I'm going to go into every town that I can, and I'm going to find the deepest, darkest secrets there are, and then I'm going to bring them to you guys and say, this is why we are where we are now. We're not doing that anymore. But I'm not going to let it sit in some freaking treasure trove. I'm not going to let it sit underground in some cave. I'm going to spelunk, and I'm going to freaking find it for you. And we're going to talk about it. It'll be a part of the episode. That's why Get to Know America is going to be so different. Because you have a creator wanting to get deeper in it than just what's on the surface. And so I'm excited about it. You saw just where that one little conversation went. That was actually towards the end of Get to Know Wilton, which it had nothing really to do with Get to Know Wilton except for that one moment at the Historic Society. Everything else was how beautiful Wilton is. So many great little segments. And in fact, Texas said it was 107 over there in Texas today. Andrew says it's 87 where he is. Guys, it's hammered. It's Wayne Doppler here with the Doppler 5001 weather report. It's 87 degrees at Andrew Golden's house. And of course, Pamela Swan says, hi, Texas lady. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'11". By Menon. We haven't done a By Menon or a Dr. Wayne Doppler in a while. You guys know that, right? I really should put the wig on. You can't do Dops without the wig, but I don't freaking know where the wig is right now. I haven't used it in so long. Guys, when you're doing a Doppler and you didn't get the wig and then you're doing Dops, it just doesn't work. It's your doppelganger, isn't it? Oh, no, no wig. So, guys, quickly, I want to get into the news because I was here intending to do that early on, and of course I didn't because I got into the By Menon segment. So I hope you guys will please, did I give you the link? I did. The Importance of Preserving History is what that link is called. I hope you will go over and give it a like, give it a share, comment, and when you do that, it's a good thing for the world around us. I don't think I put any, did I put any, that's the problem. I didn't even put any, tags in this at all. You know you're doing it. and then you forget to do the tags thing. And then, of course, that's no good because then it doesn't go to anybody until you put tags in. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, there's freaking no tags there, Joanne. You know, Joanne, it's like you don't care. You know, I'm doing the show. I'm here trying to give people the news. And you can't just add tags to the new upload on YouTube. What's that? No, Joanne, the wheeze is extremely loud tonight. You know? I'm here. I'm trying to get into it. But then she wheezes me off, of course. You know, Joanne, you're almost like a tsunami. You know, I'm on the shoreline. I'm ready to take in that perfect wave. And I'm like, is that the humunga cowabunga from down under? And Frankie Valli comes out of the surf with Annette Funicello. Sometimes when you guys don't realize it, Annette Funicello comes out and saves the day. You know, she's got there, she's doing a kahuna, kahuna. You know, Pee Wee Herman's out there. You know, oh, I can't do Pee Wee. I used to when I was a kid, guys. Wow, you come down. You're hanging out, Renaissance man. Of course. It's Thursday night. Thursday. What are we talking? Guys, when you're doing it and you put American history in, and that's all you put in, that's not good. Let's put TV show. Let's put Travel Channel. Let's talk about history. Let's talk about history. That's when we do a roll down. You guys know it. That's a serious move when you do it. When you're there and you're live, you're doing a roll down. Yeah. I'm going to play this actually where we add a little. I told you I was in the middle of this. Sing along with me.
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. If you try, I'm gonna roll over you.
Oh yeah. This is coming out next album.
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. If you try, I'm gonna roll over you.
We just wrote this 2 nights ago, live in the moment.
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. If you try, I'm gonna roll over you.
No,
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. If you try, I'm gonna roll over you.
Oh man, this song gets me rolling, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you can't stop me, no. You can't stop me, I'm gonna roll over you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't stop me, no.
If you try, I'll roll over you. All right, I'm putting in that. That's all I'm putting in for now. 6 tags. Guys, go over to the Get to Know America page on YouTube. Don't you want to be like, cool? Oh, yeah, it's so cool when I did it. Of course you did. If you're not cool, then you don't do it. You know what I mean? But when you're cool, you do it. You go over to the Get to Know America. I'm an American. Or I'm not an American, but I like to learn more about America. Why not? I'm from Australia and I want to know about America. You know? Yeah, mate. You could do whatever you want. Or you could just be like, you know, thinking to yourself that America is so cool. I just want to know every little thing I can about it. Join the show. We're there doing it. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. There's a show a week, and we get into a town, and hopefully I can get to the show without getting freaking shut down. You know what I mean? I actually called the guy who's in part of the state, like a film committee or whatever, and it's like, if you want to get a permit, I'm like, give me a freaking, I don't think I need a permit. I'm all alone doing this. I don't have a crew. Like, I'm not a production, you know, it's just a guy doing this for free. I don't get paid for this. So I don't think I need a permit, but I'm going to reach out to them and ask them, because the reality is these videos need to be made. For my soul, you know, I'm there doing it now. Like, you chart me on a course, right? Hey, Mark, go in this direction. Do a Get to Know America thing. Hold on a second, buddy. You need to pay a fee every time you go into a town to do this. Excuse me? I'm not getting paid for this. Want me to pay to go and film something I'm not getting paid for? That's mental. No, I'm sorry. I just won't do it, you know? So I got to fight back if they say I'm going to have to pay to go and film in every town, because I don't make any money for this, guys. It's just me knowing this is something we need. And I'm going to keep doing it if I can get away with it. I don't think getting away with it is the right way of saying it. I'm going to get like a release form for people to sign and say, look, I'm doing this. Do you want to be a part of it? If you do, I will let you be on the show. If not, then I take you out of the show. You know, that's that simple. But I think you want to be on the show. It's a lot of fun. I met some really cool people along the way so far, and I really can't wait for the next episode. Today, it's amazing, but I didn't get a chance to look through the footage from today, but I did go through the entire exhibit at the Historical Society in Fairfield. And I'll tell you, some of the stuff in there is amazing. I don't know how the footage is going to come out and what I said, but I'm glad I have that, because at least we have a piece of Fairfield to start with. And the other thing I did is, I think, an intro from out the door there. And I did something as well from like downtown where there's a historic Fairfield sign over my shoulder. That's, I think, where I did the intro sort of. So I don't know. I don't know what I have. I mean, I called the first selectman from the town. I told them about what I'm doing, and the person there that works there loved the idea. So I'm hoping maybe they get me an interview with her. I called the governor of my state today because I said, you know what? I'm doing a show called Get to Know America. What makes Connecticut a great part of America? What makes it such a great part of this great country? Can you share that with me? Can we get a conversation? We just talk about why Connecticut is great in America. And so I'm waiting to see if they'll get back to me. And so I just really want to start interviewing as many people as possible now. I don't know why that's on my mind. And I think I need to get another lapel if I want to do it. I found out that the lapel I have, you can get a second one and tie it in. So I'm going to say, like, the next donations that I get here on the show through PayPal, because that doesn't work through this. I don't even know. I don't think I ever see anything from YouTube, but on through PayPal, all my links are in this corner here. You can actually click, but any donations I get, I'm going to go and buy another lapel so I can actually have myself lapelled and whoever I'm interviewing every time lapelled. So we really get the best audio possible, because this show is just going to get better and better. And that's one of the missing pieces right now, is these people are all being heard from my lapel microphone from across, you know. So if I could put one on them and we're both beaming into my phone, 2 channels in at the same time, and I assume they've come in at the same volume, and that would be like, you know. So I'm going to do that. So we'll see. Again, no, not asking. I'm just saying you guys are generous, and sometimes that happens. So if you do, please think about using it through the PayPal, and I will use that to go and buy a second lapel mic so we could take this thing up to the next level. I also thought about something. Maybe you guys can help me figure out a game plan on this. BDP's really good at this. Hey, BDP. I thought, you know, I'm making these videos of these towns, right? And the towns need videos of their towns. And is there a way that Andrew Golden, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Is there a way that I can approach the towns one by one and say, I'll make you the video, pay me, and I'll go make a video for each one. And if you don't want to pay, I get that. But how about sponsoring the video being made for your town with X, whatever, so I can actually go out and travel and do this, because things are expensive. I'm doing this all for free. And at that point, you could I'll put all of your tags for your businesses at the end of the episode. So that's something I'm also considering here, is taking on sponsorships from people who are either fans of the show, who have a business they want to promote. And at the end of my episode of Get to Know America, there's a big flash at the end saying sponsored by, you know what I mean? And sponsored by Beat Seat, something like that. And so basically you could buy a sponsored spot at the end, or possibly somewhere in the middle of, I don't really know. I haven't thought about this yet, but it's actually funny. I made these 23 minutes for a reason. They're 23 minutes because they're meant to have enough space for 3 commercials. That's what I always heard, is TV shows need to have 3 commercials, and that the episodes need to be 23 minutes long. So I've been making them 23 minutes long, not intentionally. I'm filming about 2 hours, but I'm just cutting them down to like 23 minutes. So I think if I can make 10 or 12 of these all 23 minutes long, we can go to a producer and just be like, hey, is this cool? Do you want me to keep going? So I'm kind of excited about the idea of approaching people and asking them if I can create this for them, and they can either sponsor it or they can have me make one for their business even, you know. I think this is a new approach to using the creator process and focus it in on a person, on a business, on an event. Hosting an event is, the same thing we're doing at Get to Know America. It's the same thing. So this is just a whole new concept of just anything and everything that needs to be presented. I want to be involved with now. I never thought about that before, but yeah, I want to get up there with a freaking mic and in front of the whole crowd and just be like, yeah, it was a beautiful night here in San Diego. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it would be a lot of fun to do a hosting thing. And I never thought about that. Never even wanted to do that. I don't even think I'd like it, to be honest, but I think I want to try it. And that's kind of what this is. Like improvising my way through these towns and talking to you about the details. It's been fun. And I can't wait to see what I do next because I don't know what I'm going to do in any moment. I'm driving down in Fairfield today and I'm like, that looks like a good spot to film. And I freaking take the camera out. People are looking at me like, what is this guy doing? And I didn't realize that we have a thing where you need to get a permit. I'm like, a permit for what? I'm doing a TikTok and a YouTube. You're telling me that you're going to go up to every single person who's doing a TikTok in the town of Fairfield and tell them they need to have a freaking permit? It sounds mental to me. No one's making money unless they're making money. It's a production. I get it. If I got a crew with me, I got people shutting down streets. I get it. I'm a guy with an iPhone and a tripod. I think you could look the other way on that one, and like I said, if you had a situation where some corporate company is doing these videos and there's massive commerce being done, this is a brand new show, 61 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I don't make any money for it. I'm not paying to go buy permits to go and do a free show. I'm sorry. I'll just not do Get to Know America, which would suck. And so I hope that I don't have to be stopped by that type of, silliness about, having sign-offs to shoot in different areas. Like, it's 2022. Everybody has a freaking camera. What are you going to do? You can tell people they can't use their cameras in town? Like, I see that being a very big issue. Like I said, if they were able to attribute that I make any money at all for my shows, forget show, then I'd say, okay, but they can't. So the reality is that if I take the approach of this is just totally a passion project and I'm going into these towns because I'm a realtor and I know it's coming. The freaking rates, guys, 6.28%. They were high twos earlier this year, 6.28%. Buyers that were on the fence are now freaking taking a break. Oh, well, okay, the market's going to just recede now. Because here's the thing. The rates going up only does one thing. It kills the buying power of a buyer. It doesn't help the seller either because now you can't get any money anymore for that property. That what they were getting, they're not getting anymore. They maybe yesterday, but not today. So we're going to have a big issue in the next month. When the transactions that are going on right now post, and when people start seeing that, say a house was on for $1.2 million and it used to go for $1.5 million in this crazy market that they created out of a pandemonium, it goes back to $1 million. And you're like, wait a second, but they were getting $1.5 million. Okay, shoe drops. This whole friggin' thing, the bubble bursts. And this isn't like a guesstimation. This is happening. And I don't see how they could have gotten to this point except for wanting it to get to this point. And if you think back to what's happened in the last couple of years, it's been kind of nutty. The amount of money that's going out of this country and not into this country. Forget about what's happening right now with Ukraine. Forget about that. Someone do me a favor and pull up one of the relief bills that was done here by our wonderful government and look at how much money was sent to different countries in the name of COVID relief and why we're giving them money. Someone please tell me. And then they'd complain about $600 per person here in America. By the way, it's not their money they're giving you. It's your money. And they still had a problem with doing that. But they'll ship our freaking tax money right out to different countries during COVID. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how stupid all of this is, and people are just, it's fine. Yeah, let's keep going straight. This is a good thing. I love Joe Biden. What the frig, are you kidding me? I had someone comment on a TikTok today, and they were saying, oh no, I'm sorry, it was on Facebook because I have a page I made there a long time ago. It was before the election. It was called Greatest President Ever. And I made a coin of the Trumper, a gold coin with his face. Are you kidding me? And it said, like, in Trump we trust. Yeah, we're winning big league up there. I got my name on a friggin' building. Yeah, I got a gold coin. I love gold. And so I'm doing the Trump thing, you know, and so I made a Facebook page for it. And now all of a sudden, recently, people have been following that page. It's crazy. I don't even know why. So I've been dropping things on there occasionally, like all the Biden stuff. And somebody said something. They commented on my very first post on it from like 2017. And it said something like, oh, if you love the Trumper, you pick up a t-shirt. E deplorable unum. I made an E deplorable unum shirt because remember how Clinton called them everybody deplorables? So I came up with the coin, and then it says E deplorable unum, in Trump we trust 2020, which I should change to 2024 and just make the shirt again. And it's a Trumper. It's awesome. And so this person said, I said, if you support the Trumper, and she goes, I don't. What the hell? So I said, okay, I understand if you don't support him, that's fine. But are you saying to me that you support the current administration? And I said, please tell me why. Because right now I'm scared. I'm scared. If you don't support that, but you support this, I wonder what's going on in your life, because you must be doing really well when everybody else is about to get stomped on. And this wouldn't have happened if there was 4 more years in the other camp. That's guaranteed, because the way things were going, it wasn't in this direction. And things weren't shut down day one of administration that would have been continued on, like pipelines, only to find out a few months back that when you shut down a pipeline, you hurt a country. Hold on. I'm sorry. Did they really say that at a press briefing? When we shut down the Russian pipeline, we hurt Russia. Holy freaking cow. So you're saying that when you shut down a pipeline, you hurt a country? And what did you do day one here in America when you were in the Oval there, sleepy poopy pants? Anybody? Let's shut down a pipeline here in America. That's a good idea, because we want to intentionally hurt our country. You can't say it any other way. You can't pretend that it's not hurting our country, but only to say that when you shut down when you shut down a pipeline, you hurt a country. You didn't realize you said that, though, did you? See, some people pay attention. Some people actually hear what you're saying and understand what you're really saying. And when I heard what you were really saying, and then a year and a half later, I heard you actually freaking say it. Oh, yeah, well, when you shut down a pipeline, you hurt a country. Holy mother. Are you kidding me? You actually came out and said the words. Here's the thing. If things were as bad as they are right now under the Trumper, I would be ripping him up too. Oh, I'm taking a poop in my triple diaper. Yeah, I got a double diaper do. Down there with Melania. Melania, wipe my Heidi butt. I'd be doing that. But instead, we're doing it the other way. Huh? What? My Aunt Judy told me I pooped my triple diaper. That's pretty much dead on. You got to figure out which angle to take, you know? Look, I have a pooper at my pet's Melania. Could you come over and give me a squeezy whoopy whoppy woo? Oh, Dad, no, where's Barrett? He can help. Yeah, what a bidet style on the gold toilet. And then, you know, Sleep Sofa Joe comes by. Huh? What? Huh? Joe, you're sleeping again. My Aunt Judy told me I should poop my diaper. That's why I got a triple diaper. Yeah, Joe, when you put a triple diaper on, you're doing it. You know, still get a little leak, you know, because he's double diaper dandy Joe, you know. Don't forget that at the outset, you know, of this, we figured him to start a new show, a new story, or maybe a new store. I don't know. Sleep Sofa Joe's Emporium. That's why I thought it could have been a show as well. But really, it's just a sleep sofa warehouse that also specializes in futons, Joey Futon. When you are a futon and a sleep sofa all at the same time, you know, it happens. Guys, 30-year mortgage hit 6.28%. How did that happen? What president was that under? Luna. Was Luna involved in their own crasheroo? Does anybody know? I didn't have any Luna, but some people lost a lot of money on the Luna. That wasn't right. Joanne, do we have anything on that? Joanne, I need you to actually pull it up on the screen. You want me to do it, you know? Sometimes you're there, and Joanne Joanne just wheezes through, thinking that you won't notice how loud it is, but that's all I hear. It's all I freaking hear here, you know. So, Joanne, what do we have on the Terra Labs deal? You're going to have to head over to YouTube in order to see this, guys. This is link in bio stuff. Green screen when you're there and we're down it. Everybody's on the same page. And what is... Jennifer, I'm live right now. She's too funny. She's not on. I know she's not in the chat. She doesn't know I'm live. She's trying to call in, I think. But I got to get through the show. Guys, this right here is what's happening in the real world. Joanne, pop it up. What do we got? Oh, Joanne, where did I go? Oh, here I am. Thank you, Joanne, for putting me on the screen again. Wheezy McGee. So let's get into this one, Joanne. Oh, I forgot to put the title in. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Terraform Labs owned wallet behind UST collapse. Joanne, is that real? Oh, the new report claims. According to a new report, the wallet identified by multiple independent entities and blockchain analytics firms as the main culprit behind Terra's collapse could belong to Terraform Labs. Dun, dun, dun. Joanne, were you involved? What? No. She said she tried to get in, but they didn't want her. It's because of the wheeze. Nobody wants the wheeze. You know, it's a lot to take on. You know, the investment they'll take. You're going to throw the money in, they're good. You come in with the wheeze, they're second guessing the investment side of it. Maybe we don't need Joanne's cash, you know. Doll hairs. The report links the wallet with multiple Binance accounts and the wallets allegedly belonging to the Luna Foundation Guard and Lunk DAO, a Terra 2.0 validator allegedly created by Do Kwon. So Lunk DAO has denied the report's claims, claiming that the wallet labeled as belonging to the DAO is actually KuCoin's hot wallet. A new investigative report by blockchain security company Upsala Security and Coindesk. Joanne, is it Coindesk or is it Coindesk? You put it up there wrong. Can you fix it? Oh, good. Thank you, Joanne. Yes, Joanne, you tooted again. Security and Coindesk Korea has suggested that the Terraform Labs may have directly triggered Terra's collapse over the second week of May. Terraform Labs may have caused Terra collapse. Joanne, we just said that. I'm here, double-deckering it. Terra's $40 billion collapse may have been an inside job, a new report has claimed. Coindesk Korea and a blockchain security company, Upsala Security, has issued a joint investigative report Tuesday, alleging that the wallet, dubbed by multiple independent entities as the primary culprit behind Terra's collapse, may be owned and controlled by Terraform. Joanne, did we just read this freaking entire paragraph? Nobody can hear you when you wheeze, Joanne. Why don't you stop the wheeze and then speak? WD-40, it's in the top drawer. Per the report, Ethereum wallet commencing OXAD9er. Joanne, what does that say again? I can't read out of that my glasses. Is it OX8D? Joanne, I really don't want to read this. Look at this. This is 97,467 pages long. What are we doing here? I ask you for the Cliff's Note. I want the Cliff Notes. You can't get any Cliff Notes? I'm here. It's a shame when you're here and you're looking for the Cliff Notes and Joanne won't give them to you. Guys, this is my car, and let's just read what this says. Ford halts Mustang Mach-E deliveries. Recall remedy expected next month. What recall remedy might that be, Joanne? Could we get into it, please? As reported by MachEforum.com, Ford has recognized a problem with the Mustang Mach-E that warrants a safety recall. Tell us more, Ford. However, there is reportedly no current fix available. The forum points to a lack of parts for the fix, though Ford also mentions upcoming software and maybe prepaid instructions. I don't know what repaid means. In the meantime, Ford has issued a stop sale of related vehicles. Now, what's interesting about this, let me just read to you what happens to this car. Ready? On affected vehicles, direct current, fast charging, repeated wide, often pedal events can cause high voltage battery main contactors to overheat. Wide open pedal events, which can result in the contactor that remains open or contactor that welds closed. It literally welds. And then here's what happens, guys. An overheated contactor that opens while driving can result in the loss of motive power, it says, but which can increase the risk of an accident. But there's something else. This is where I read it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Ford memo explains that the Mach-E's primary high-voltage battery contactors could overheat. If it happens, it could cause an open contactor or welding condition, which may lead to the contactors welding shut while the car is in motion. Owners affected of vehicles with this will be alerted by a powertrain malfunction warning light the next time they drive, and the Mach-E could fail to start. The vehicle may also display "Stop safely now," and the total immediate loss of power could follow. Ford says that it will simply coast till a stop. So let's quickly rewind a few months. Do you guys know why this article exists? Because of my car. This is a direct result of my car. There's a recall because of my car. I just figured it out today. It's insane. Holy cow. My car, I'm driving down in Westport, and all of a sudden it says, "Please stop safely," and it's coasting. And all I could do is pull off to a side, and it would never restart again. For 2 months, it sat in the shop. Do you know why it sat in there for 2 months? They tried a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, when they tried to fix this final issue, there was only one part in the entire country. I got it. And they fixed the car. I'm driving it again. But that means everybody else out there has the potential same issue. There's no parts out there to fix this problem. And this all happened because my car was the first to have it happen. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe not, but it seems awful coincidental, right, guys? You guys remember I was dealing with the car issues in, I guess it was November through February. So we're here 3 months later. They're finally letting this cat out of the bag, of course. Ford has instructed dealers not to demonstrate or deliver any new stock vehicles involved in the recall. My car was in the recall, clearly. So let's see what happens. But, I mean, it says it right here. The vehicle may also display "Stop safely now" in the gauge cluster, and a total immediate loss of power could follow. Those are all the things that happen to my car. They're saying the exact things that happen to my car. I just didn't know that it meant that the contactors welded on my car. Nobody told me that. I had no idea what happened. So anyway, nutty stuff. I think there's one more story here. This is, again, the 3.28%, guys, and it's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. The rate was 5.55% a week ago. Freaking insane. Wow. It's bad, guys. Really bad. Let's just see. Oh my goodness. Let's just read that. For instance, a $400,000 home with 20% down, the monthly mortgage payment went from $1,399 at the start of January to $1,976 today. That's a third more, right? That's a third more, guys. Wow. It's got to be more than that now. That does not include homeowners insurance nor property taxes. It does not include the fact that the home is about 20% more expensive than it was a year ago. Oh, so true. So not only are you paying more for the house, you're paying up for the rate. That's why you're going to see this. People are just going to say, "I'm taking a break for a little while," until we see these prices come back to normal. And they're not. They're not going to come back to normal, guys. At least for a little while. They should, but they're not going to. This is pretty interesting. I want to share this with you real quick. Coca-Cola launching new canned cocktail combining Coke and Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. It's actually a great idea because, you know, everybody's got their Jack and Coke combo. Looks like Coke's doing that with Jack Daniel's. You know, you got to innovate. Even if you're Coca-Cola, you got to innovate, you know? So that's what we have for today, Joanne. Thank you for doing the news segment and getting the stories on the air for us, Joanne. You're a good lady. Yep, no, still a Weezer. You know, guys, when you're doing it, you're doing it. But if anybody sees Amber Little, you have to let her know her Facebook has been hacked. Her Facebook has been hacked. I got a message earlier from her, and it was like a thing saying, "Hey, it was some picture that said, what's the number on this thing?" Some one of those you have to like make your eyes a little phased out to see. I was like, 6874 or whatever the number was. "Hey, buddy, how are you? Blue Eye, good to see you." Or lady, I can't tell. Lady, how are you? Good to see you, Blue Eyes. Blue Eye 227. I don't know. Bottom line is this, guys. We've been doing it. We're going to keep doing it. Going to keep showing up for you. So give me a follow if you haven't yet. And remember, tomorrow we do it again. But Amber's basically her page emails this thing saying, "Oh, you've won. Send us your information, your Cash App or Venmo, and so we could deposit your money." And I'm like, "What?" And so I said, "Amber, is this you?" And she goes, "Of course, me." And she sends a picture of Amber holding a license saying, "See this me." And I said, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, first of all, I know it's not Amber because Amber would be like, "Mark, you won." And it was like, "Okay, you win. You give information now." I'm like, what is going on here? And so I didn't respond again. And I wanted to say back, you know, if English was your first language, you wouldn't say, "You send me now." Okay? So you're not Amber. But I left it out because I don't want them trying to come after my account, so I left it out. But if anybody does see Amber, let her know that her account is hacked and that she needs to somehow contact Facebook about it. But tomorrow, fam and friends, we do it all over again. Andrew Golden, Beatty P. Sydney, my brother. Pamela Swan, Texas Lady, Tim Beers, Trish Kelly, hold on, I think there's more. And Yardbirds kicking it with me. Guys, remember, the new channel will be like the cool kid on the block, and smash the friggin' like. Spread the word. Hey, I'm the cool guy. I got a cigarette roll up my sleeve. Check out the Get to Know America show. You know, you're Kelly from Bad News Bears. I'm watching. You know, Kelly came and told me to do it. Oh, Texas, thank you so much. You rock. I appreciate you. Oh, goodness. Andrew, you rock too. Thank you, my friend. Yardbirds, you rock. All of you guys rock. I will see you tomorrow when we do it all over again. And over here on TikTok, let me say hi to my friend, James Riggs. You rock, my friend. I appreciate you. Please give me a subscribe over on YouTube. All of my socials are in the link tree. Guys, if you're here on TikTok, this little QR code brings you to everything. And I will see you tomorrow. So, until then, it's Mark Byers. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. You got to go away. Yeah. You got to go away. Till tomorrow, fam.